Okay, I know I can be a little bit exuberant sometimes, but this patch is going to completely shift the bot lane meta. Senna and Aphelios are out, and Tristana and Ashe are back in. What is up, ProGuides family, and welcome back. We just received some confirmed news from Riot Games that these are the list of champions and other stuff that are going to be nerfed or buffed next patch. The specific changes aren't out just yet, but we'll cover those in our upcoming changes video, which will be released tomorrow when all the details have been revealed. So hit that sub button if you want to be notified and stay alert. Alright guys, to start things off, let's cover the list of nerfs. The champions who will receive nerfs next patch are Sett, Master Yi, Aphelios, Senna, Varus, and Kalista. Wow, that's a lot of bot lane changes. The Senna and Aphelios nerfs really don't need an explanation. Those two AD carries have been dominating the bot lane meta for quite some time, despite being nerfed in previous patches. The fasting Senna build has been extremely overpowered in both competitive play and solo queue. So myself and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are really happy that they're making changes to this. Moving on to the other ADCs, Varus has been kinda sleeper OP in the bottom lane recently with a Comet Poke build. We mentioned that in our OP Korean builds video for patch 10.7, and Kalista Top was mentioned in our patch 10.6 Korean builds video as well. Both of these playstyles deserve nerfs due to how oppressive they are. And lastly, for Sett and Master Yi, those two changes shouldn't come as a surprise. Sett is still broken after all this time, and Master Yi is just tearing through solo queue in the low elos, so I think that a nerf is fine. Okay, now moving on to the buffs. The changes who will receive a buff next patch are Urgot, Evelynn, Soraka, Xayah, Tristana, Ashe, Ryze, and Orianna. Once again, we see a lot of the bot lane changes coming next patch. Tristana, Ashe, and Xayah have been doing really well, but are definitely a lot weaker than the top lane picks like Misfortune. The Balance team are looking to completely shift the ADC meta by making these picks stronger and nerfing the S+ tier ones. It's also interesting seeing Urgot buffs because I feel like he's actually really strong due to the buffs he just received, combined with a new Death's Dance. We'll have to keep a close eye on him because he's extremely oppressive in the top lane whenever he becomes mainstream. Also, I'm not looking forward to those Evelynn buffs because she's honestly one of the most annoying junglers to go against in solo queue. And lastly, for Ryze and Orianna, these two changes are most likely going to impact professional play more than solo queue. I'm sure they'll do something like increase their base damage to help their wave clear or buff their scaling or something like that. We'll have to wait and see until tomorrow to get all the specific details of the changes. Okay, now on to other changes. Firstly, we have a buff coming to the jungle that we mentioned before. The changes were actually revealed a while back and we went into some detail about them in our previous videos, but here's a quick summary. Basically, they're lowering the early gank power from junglers while also increasing their potential to carry past the mid game. From now on, champions who are killed during the early game will receive a small home guard effect to help them get to lane faster. In addition to that, the Balance team are also slightly decreasing the amount of XP you receive from champion kills that are not solo kills during the early game. However, in compensation to those early game nerfs, junglers are receiving buffs in the mid to late game. Firstly, they'll be increasing the amount of XP you receive from farming, and it's specifically targeted towards the mid to late where junglers tend to fall off. In addition to that, the Balance team are also buffing the starter jungle item to sustain you even more when you're low HP. A lot of our jungle main challenger coaches on ProGuides claim that their role is weak because it has no carry potential past the mid game. On the other hand, a lot of non-jungle mains in high elo will claim that jungle is too strong because it can dictate your lane state with a few early ganks. These planned jungle balance changes will target both sides of the argument and work on finding a good middle ground for this role. And lastly, for the upcoming changes, apparently Riot Games is looking to change up a few things about the Clash Tournament trophy case. I'm not sure exactly what they have planned, but let's be honest, we're not going to really look at it anyway. I mean, my profile and match history have been completely bugged the past week and a half. I'll cut them some slack. They probably haven't been able to even go to work because of what's going on, so I don't know if you guys caught some of the gameplay from Valorant, but it looks so amazing. We're actually going to be playing that this week. Just as a reminder, we have created our own Valorant channel, which you can go follow. We'll be working with some of the best pro players from Overwatch and Counter-Strike to give you guys the most detailed guides for that game coming soon. And like we mentioned earlier on in the video, this is all the information that we have right now. However, these are the confirmed lists of champions that will receive changes in patch 10.8. Make sure to watch our upcoming changes video tomorrow or the day after to cover every single buff and nerf in detail. And if you don't want to miss that, click the sub button. All right, guys, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the Rift.